distance, now I'm headed to class. I'm still 20%, so get your head out your ass. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I've fallen in love again. Don't stop until you hear the I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life. She said, do you like waffles? I said, hell yeah. Been watching Equals 3 until 2 a.m. I ain't got no iPhone, but I got a DS with a keychain, a pinky. Her cupcakes are the best. I've been failing my classes cause I don't give a damn. They say the world is my oyster, but the free market's a scam. Everything's been changing since last generation was born, and they won't try to take and change you. Just two-edged sword. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I've fallen in love again. Don't stop until you I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life. It's never too late to fall in love with the world. Your past is not today, so say you're straight with a twirl. Yeah, we've all made mistakes before, that's the fact of life. But once you restate your heart, you'll be just fine. Now it's your life, you say it's all mine, all mine. Revel in your friends and hobbies, let your heart speak. Wanna drift to say some shit, just block that internet freak. I'm the antonym of the internet, still cleaning up the viruses that you had left. I think I'm falling in love again. Don't stop until you I'm the antonym of the internet, been fighting on new grounds over if my love is valid. Fuck the cynicism, let the colors fly. Don't care, you think it's cringe because it's not your life.
God damn it. Sorry about that. Muted? Yes, muted. Sorry, I was messing with the PNG tuber, trying to get it working again. It broke, because it breaks every time I freaking open it, it seems like. But I think we've got it basically up and running. I'm going to be so happy. I'm working on getting the ears and tongue fixed on the new, like, model that I've been playing around with. I actually even went into VR chat recently, so that was an experience. I had done VR chat like a long time ago. Anyway, I figured out why I was instantly dying in this area. It was poison. You gotta follow the trail of blood, which, yeah, it's pretty obvious once you see the trail. Of course, I've been getting to this part. I tried this like 2 or 3 times, but I keep dying. Not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Because I've tried jumping this gap and I get poisoned. Maybe I just need enough health to tank it? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's talk about some other stuff while I try and figure out what the hell is killing me over here. I mean, I get that the big bandit leader is killing me right there, but how to kill him? I might try spamming with range magic to see if that works. We'll have to see. I can't wait for you to play Witch Spring. I know, it's coming up. This is actually, it might be next week that I do the first one. Of course, unfortunately, after next week, so not next week, but the week after next, I will be taking a break from streaming for the week after next. Don't worry, I'll give you another announcement when that happens. It's just going to be for 1 week. I'm going on a trip, kayaking, taking a little break, you know, going out into the world. Oh, God, fucking... This game, it's like, yes, please dodge. I can't even use the dodge roll because, oh God, there are 2 of them now. Frick. Oh gods. Anyway, I did play VR chat. Honestly, there's a lot more stuff to do in VR chat than I thought. I thought it was literally just chat rooms, and yeah, that is like a big part of it. But there are also a bunch of like mini games and stuff. It's really fun. I actually found a toothless model that was kind of cool. Expect canoeing shorts a week after. Probably 1 or 2, yeah. My God, these things are annoying. The thing is, I can kill them with magic, and I have enough magic. I'm not running out of magicka, or my mana, which is good. I've reached the threshold of having enough magic to spam magic and be a real mage, not a little pissant mage who has to keep track of his spells. I think I'm gonna try this. I did try this earlier. I might be able to get him low enough. And then we're gonna try and no, shoot. The tolerance for this is really the thing that's screwing me here. All right, so we've got a meat shield against the skeletons. That's good. Okay, we caused a cutscene. That's nice. But no, what was I saying? VR chat, yeah. VR chat is kind of interesting, all things considered. I might stick around there long enough to actually unlock the ability to upload my model, which would be kind of cool if I could like have it in both like VRM and VR chat. That'd be kind of sweet. There is a lot of weird shit on VR chat and a lot of models that are very clearly for furries. Like, and it feels like everything is either furry, anime, or naked women. It feels like that is like a substantially high portion of it. It's not even like a stereotype. It's just like that is just all I saw basically. I guess the guy who's using dragon models can't really count. Although there are also just a lot of free models available in some of the chat rooms. One of the cool ones was a Rayquaza model and a toothless model, but it was weird. I actually really thought it was kind of cool. So instead of trying to do like a full-on dragon model, I really should have quick saved before I did that jump. Heard of Second Life? Yes, I've heard of Second Life. That MMO. It was an MMO, right? Is it still around? Is Second Life still around? Because I remember hearing about it like years and years ago. I'm not really sure if it's like still a thing, but I do know it was the exact same in the 2000s. Okay, cool. Good to know the internet never changes. Nice. No, the toothless model though. Also, I'm gonna quick save after I kill this guy next time. Oh. Here, actually, over here, please.
I can't.
1 second. But no. So the whole way it worked was instead of trying to do like a quadrupedal model where it's like using face tracking and all that, instead it used like a hand puppet. Essentially, you were controlling like a little puppet toothless that was mapped to your hand, and you could fly that around. It was actually kind of cool, all things considered. Oh my god, I keep unsummoning him. Used to play VR chat ages ago. I still have it on my PC, but I haven't touched it in ages. There is a problem with it. When I was first looking for VR chat models to like convert into VRM models so I could use them for like, as, you know, a VTuber essentially. One of the issues I ran into is that in order to upload them to VR chat at all, you actually have to have a certain amount of hours and friends. It's not even like a consistent amount. It's just like after you hit certain thresholds, your account gets, I guess, marked for review or something like that. Because they said it's not like a consistent thing. It's not like play these many hours, get this many friends. It's your account gets marked at a certain point, you get to get tested. Which is weird, because it feels odd that they would like deliberately reduce their players. You know, the amount of players who might seek them out, essentially. It wasn't originally, because I remember back when we originally played it, it wasn't a thing originally. It's a new thing they've done. Which is annoying, because they have all these really cool Unity supports now for everything in the game. Like, there's a bunch of programs for Unity and for Blender where you can make your own model. And you can use... VR chat used to be pure free range. Yeah, now it has a bunch of premium stuff. They're constantly trying to get you to sign for VR chat Plus or whatever. Whatever their subscription version is.
Take that.
Alright, let's go ahead and pop a potion and pop a ham. Let's go ahead and heal up. Oh, I just realized I probably could have used the ladybug thing to, like, deal with them. I actually might use that real quick. Maybe it's time to stop spam. No, the spam is working, see? It's working.
I have been poisoned.
Okay, we turned him into a ladybug, so he's not going to shoot me. Cool.
This poison is gone. My wounds
Whoa, shoot.
I
Oof.
have been poisoned.
In VR chat. Maybe to stop spam. Oh, in VR chat, okay. Maybe that actually could be a reason, but like you're allowed to like join anything you want immediately. Like it's not like they stopped users from, you know, made the game pay or what, made it like you pay for the game or something like that. It's still a free game and there are a bunch of models available for free. So I'm not really sure how that actually like stops the issue if it's just for spam. All right, maybe am I doing something wrong with this jump? Maybe? Corpse is empty.
I have been poisoned.
Alright, let's turn him into a ladybug. Let's pop another healing item. Slowly start healing a bit. And let's figure out what we're going to do here. So...
From hell.
Okay, so we got these fire breather shot things. Oh, wow. There's more of an incentive to spam paid stuff. That could be a thing. From what I've heard, VR chat generally became a collection of locked communities. It does seem like there's a lot more room to get into the community. Like, there's a lot more work to get into communities. I guess, like, modeling, you have to be a part of the VR chat community to make models for it, so you don't get a lot of external modelers. That could be a thing, I guess.
I have been poisoned.
I'm just not sure what... I'm not entirely sure of the reasoning behind it. I'm not really comfortable saying, hey, this is the reason for it, you know? There might be more incentive to do spam paid stuff, though. That could be a thing. But I was still able to go in and interact even in, like, the mini-games. Although, I'm not sure if it's the fact that I have a really old headset or whatever, but one of the mini-games I tried to, which was this weird one where one person is in this, like, turret booth, and they can shoot a bunch of canisters to knock down stuff, while a bunch of other people run through this, like, haphazardly stacked up Jenga tower of junk. Have you ever heard of a guild? Yes, a guild in a game. It does, I mean, I guess that is true, like guilds in games, but like, it is a way to make things more exclusive. My biggest, oh wow, those are the dragon heads shooting me, okay. So I guess we take here and we move. Wait, I got poisoned? Oh shit, I'm like right about to die. No, guilds in Europe. Oh, you're talking about like medieval guilds. Like, you had to be a part of the guild in order to be an official merchant. Yeah, that could be it's kind of like that actually. Like often there's never one single reason, but a collection of reasons. I could see that, but like, I'm still not sure of the exact like reasoning behind it. Like, maybe spam was bad, but it's literally a chat room area. Then again, maybe I'm underestimating people's desire to just absolutely be the worst people on Earth. Okay, we've got like a giant dragon statue. That's kind of cool.
My wounds are grazed.
Oh shit. I am not doing great. You know, the original term in the word. Yes, like the Painters Guild or the Merchants Guild or something like that. Yes, I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Alright, let's do a limited rejuvenation potion. Blast the skeleton. Okay. We're out of the poison room, which is nice. I might want a quick save here real quick. So... Alright, we got the door stuck there. I'm trying to figure out what the deal is with this place. So we've got a Necromancer bandit leader who worships dragons. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. I mean, it's not like they're, like, restricting access to it, though. Again, as long as you're willing to, like, play and, like, get a few friends. Apparently, some people say you can do it as little as, like, a few days if you're willing to just friend everyone you see. So it doesn't seem like that much of a roadblock. The paid stuff is more about, like, extra features or extra emotes or stuff. These are communities with a large furry percentage. The number of people that want to screw with them can be pretty high. That actually can kind of... That actually could see that. So, like, you actually have to befriend the furries before you're allowed to become one of them. God, that came out weird. That's fair. It also does actually... I will say this. The fact they're actually making you get in there when it's actually being blocked. Mostly, it's on... You can't create your own world, and you can't create your own... You can't upload any models you created. The weird thing is you can still create models. Like, all the tools for creating the models are there. You can still do all that. You just can't upload them until you've achieved whatever their threshold is. Which I was never able to get clear answers on, by the way. I only originally got VR chat to interact with a small creator on Twitch back when it was Twitch only. Really? Interesting. I actually didn't know there were many creators who, like, interacted in VR chats on a regular basis. Alright, shooting him down with magic. I do like that my mana is finally at an acceptable level. Okay. I think we got this. Magic Missile is like my tried and true. I'm so thankful. Magic Missile never misses. Magic Missile shall kill them for me. Alright, and we'll grass them with like a Magic Unleash Blast real quick. I'm gonna get that damage. Oof. It's getting a little more damage, just backing away, backing away. There was something in the main menu about also like being able to use a drone or some other extra stuff. Like other items you can spawn in, and what was like one of the other things I saw in the VR Chat Plus thing? I didn't really look over its description that much, and I didn't run into too many issues with it. Like, it didn't stop me from downloading models or going to worlds that had new models for you to take, which was kind of cool. Like, there were one of the really cool things I do like about it, actually, is there are these, like, bunch of worlds that are literally just creators who want to put out a bunch of models, and they have these big old dressing rooms with them all separated by different stuff. And you can literally go in there and just, like, look at the different models, try them on. There's mirrors, there's other versions of the similar models. There was even this one really cool room that had, like, a massive database. I'm not sure if it was all the free models that are on VR Chat or not, but it let you search through, like, a lot of different models with, like, different filters and stuff like that. That's how I found the Toothless and Rayquaza models. And you were able to go in and essentially pick and choose what you wanted and try it on. There are a bunch of other people trying the model on so you can see what it looks like relative to other models, because weirdly enough, some of the models have really weird scaling. There was this, like, Nightmare Freddy model I remember being in one of the minigames with, and the damn thing was huge. Like, it literally was taller than the ceiling. It was, like, crouched down. It's kind of odd. Cool. I taught my mom, my parents Mahjong all last Sunday. How did that go? I'm actually curious. Because your parents are, like, way more board game friendly than mine. Or, like, way more advanced board game friendly, I guess I should say. They don't seem to have as big an issue with, like, more advanced rule sets. Alright, let's go ahead and quick save, too. We're going to quick save right here. Ooh, this is cool. We definitely got, like, a cutscene or something going on. Alright. Whoa! Damn bastard can teleport. That's a new one. I mean, I knew he could, like, teleport a bit, but that was, like, very quick. Didn't even have to do, like, that weird ritual thing. Wow, this is, like, really cool for, like, a side... Oh, shit! I'm on fire! I'm on fire! Good thing I quick saved. I hit the quick save button. I did. So it should just be able to... Yep. This is why saving often is good, kids. Remember, always hit the quick save button, because you can never trust it. The game will betray you. It will leave you to die. Do not trust the quick save button. It is unless you have hit quick save, do not trust autosave. Quick save is your friend. It went okay. They're still learning. My mom seemed to like it. We plan on playing again tomorrow. That's awesome. Video chat I found cool was Polygots. AKA people who speak more than 4 languages fluently trolling people in VR chat worlds. That's kind of cool. I think I was the only one with winning any hands. To be fair, I don't blame them for that, because, like, Mahjong has some crazy win condition kind of stuff. Like, there are a lot of different ways to win, and setting up the hands can be a little complicated at times. As to what counts, what doesn't, how to get the bonus hands and stuff. So I have to walk in the river, because I'm walking... even though I'm apparently able to turn into a dragon, a little bit of fire hurts me. Like, come on. Get over yourself, buddy. Alright, let's go ahead and take a quick save right there so I don't have to walk down that river again. Okay. So that wasn't it. I thought maybe I was, like, past the fire area, but I still have to stay in the water. Huh. Wow, this game is just willing to kill you so quickly. Like, there's not really a lot of visible warning that you're gonna die by fire there. I forgot how brutal or, like, uncaring old games could be, you know? Also, I assume because there's a wooden bridge like right here, it'll be fine, you know? Okay, so if I jump on this side, it's fine. But if I jump on the other side, it's not. Makes sense, I guess. Well, okay, there is like a little lighting filter, I think. There's like a little lighting filter, and if I try and dodge roll, I'm going to die. This game. Alright, let's, instead of going on that side then, let's hop on this side. And, oh, there we go. Okay, so we got a little further. Let's quick save. Yes, diligent quick saving. The savior of the world. Yeah, it is weird. I will say a lot of the mini games were kind of cool. They had a Squid Games one where it was essentially just like, it wasn't like a full Squid Games mod, but it was like that one level, that one challenge where they have to walk across, they had to jump on like the tempered glass platforms. All Lord Lycan wants is the body of those we kill. All the gold, all the loot, mine.
Mine. Soon I'll be the richest man in Riverlon.
This man's having fun.
You'll not stop me, little trespasser. Time to chop you up.
This bandit leader is kind of, I like him. They gave him a lot of personality.
It's only the first of many death fields.
Honestly, the whole dragon-worshipping necromancer leading a bandit cult is like a cool premise. Because like the further down you go into the bandit camp, you know, it starts as like just, oh, we're a band of bandits robbing people. It's like, oh, actually our leader is a necromancer. Oh, actually he worships a dragon.
Not yet. I can't.
Buddy, I got all the range power. You are nothing.
I can't.
This man. Remember only playing Ty and the Tiger, Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone in PS2 because it was how it could send you back to the beginning? Wait, it sent you back to the beginning if you ever died? Harry Potter? Or was that for Ty and the Tiger? I thought the Harry Potter games were just gonna be like normal, like, ish games.
Use a potion like that now.
This bastard could heal himself. Unfair. Unfair healing bastard. Okay, I also unsummoned my own creature, which was a misclick, but, you know. Particularly Ty, the Tasmanian Tiger, would send you back to the very beginning. Interesting. Oof. Don't get hit by his arrows. Come on, just dodge and fire magic missile. It'll be fine. Also, I think I might be able to turn... I think I figured out how I can stop the healing. When he tries to heal, I'm going to try turning him into a ladybug. Also, if I don't pull out my sword. I feel like half the time I die is because I hit a button and accidentally go through a different animation. Alright. Hit 5. Summon. Shoots the arrow. Oof. Fire magic missile. Fire magic missile. Arrow, magic missile. Arrow.
Not yet.
Fireball. Alright, we're gonna try to turn him into a bug. Oh, he's immune to polymorph. Bullshit.
Not yet.
Bastard's immune to polymorph. This is bullshit. This is how bosses feel fighting a player. Particularly the old way of extending playtimes, yeah. This is how bosses feel when they have to fight a player. Like, I feel like I often call bosses that heal, like Melania, bullshit. But honestly, they're just doing what we're doing. Ah! It's literally dodge back and forth over and over again, but it's the spell times. Hit him with your sword. I can't. I've done that. Alright, here, I'm gonna try it. I'll try it. But it's probably not. Also, I think my magic does more damage anyway. And I think ranged attackers will just keep spamming you with arrows up close. I'm not a melee build. The sword is just when I need to bonk things because I ran out of magic. It's decorative, you know? I'm a mage. My sword is decorative. Sort of like how like rogues will have this really pretty dagger, but they really mostly just shoot people with arrows. Fireball. Alright. Continue dodging, continue dodging. Alright. Keep going, keep up the heat. Hey, we got him. What's the DPS of Magic Missile? All I know is I can spam it to make sure he doesn't recover enough mana to heal. And holy shit. Ah, damn, I hate this. Ah, frick. I should have dodged first. DPS of Magic Missile, let's check. I can check it. Let's see. Let's see what we got. So, I can fire them, like, once every other second, I think. Or once every second. Something along those lines. 1 to 2 seconds. Magic Missile hits for 2 shots of 6 damage. So, it does about 12 damage per hit versus Fireball's 47. But Fireball has a cooldown time of 17 seconds, whereas this has a cooldown. So I can fire 15 of these in the time this has a 15 times quicker cooldown. Even if I'm doing every other second, I can fire 7 of these for every Fireball, which means I'm doing 12 damage 7 times. And it takes me longer to fire than it does for one of them to regen, I think, or around the same amount of time. So, probably about 1 second then, because I'm getting it. I think I can technically outfire them both. So, the cooldown's probably about 1 second, as is the casting time. Let's see. I think it was around the PS2 era the continue game feature came into popularity. Really? I thought it was earlier than that. How about damage per mana? It does 8 to 12, whereas this does 30 to 47. Which is about even. 8 to 12 is 2/3 mana to damage, and this is about 3 to 4, so it's 3/4 the mana per damage to like 2/3. So this is actually more efficient mana wise. Magic Blast does a lot of burst damage, so maybe I should be saving the Magic Blast for a bit later. And the main thing I'm annoyed about is that Polymorph doesn't work. I was hoping Polymorph would actually work on him. Really low on consumables too is the really annoying part. I'm gonna try my summon. We're gonna keep going with my summon. My summon is also doing decent damage and also keeping him distracted. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty magic efficient. Here, let me double check this real quick. Magic Blast is 3 shots of 20, so 60. Magic Blast is the most efficient thing. It's about 2 times the damage for the mana investment. Oof. Alright. Honestly, I probably should have fired off a Magic Blast literally to start, because the cooldown time is what's going to eat me here.
Not yet.
Ooh. No, the first time I remember the feature was Scooby-Doo. Really? Scooby-Doo was the first game you remember with a continue option. Alright, let's try regenning mana. God damn, this bastard is going to heal a lot, isn't he? He's only level 11. I've killed level 10 things a lot, so I should still be within range to kill this guy. God damn it! It's not even like the arrows, it's the fact that when I'm blinded briefly when I do the magic. I need to get into the rhythm of the damage because Maybe I need to get in closer as the summon. Maybe we like go closer with closer range with the summon. Try and get the summon like up close and personal on him. And then we try and maybe like back up a bit. Okay, well wait, he's got into melee mode. He's kind of stuck there. Oh, whoa, we did something there. That almost kind of worked. Oh, we got him to use a new ability. That's kind of cool. This guy is just like healing like a... Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Fights is a great game. This guy really just will not stop with the healing spam, will he? I feel like I'm missing something. Like I feel like... At the same time, I'm dying to completely preventable stuff, but I'm just not sure if he has like a limit to how much he can heal. Secret button sequence cheat. Oh my god, secret buttons. I love stuff like the Konami code. Oh, no, we're just going to go ahead and reload that one because I already got shot with an arrow. It took a lot of damage. Ah! This man just has all the frickin' damage in the world, doesn't he? Okay, maybe dodge rolling is how I do it. Dodge rolling away after every spell might help. Ooh. Frickin' hell, when a man has a healing spell and you don't. This game really does pressure you on resources. I forgot how much older games could like pressure you on resources a lot of time. See, I keep trying to do the summoning, and I feel like I need my summon to deal damage to... I want my summon to get in melee combat with him. That's what I think I want. They just don't seem to do those anymore. It was like a little Easter egg by the devs. It was. It was fun. Stuff like that was really fun. Oh my god, I de-summoned him. What the... I hate that you can, like, de-summon him. That should not be an option. Why would I want a de-summon button in the middle of freaking combat? Come on. Oh, look, I actually hit the 5 button, and now he's, like, de-summoning my freaking helper. See, I can get him down by, like, a fourth of his health, or even, like, a third pretty quickly. It's just that his healing is so freaking fast, and he can just spam it the ever-loving hell out. Maybe when he goes for the heal, I get in close with melee. Maybe that's what I do. Oh, I got him! Got him! Yes! Cheat codes stop players from paying for upgrades in the cash shop. Very true. But man, okay, well, wait, before we do anything else, quick save. There, we got it. We got it. It's ours. It's ours. It was melee, you were right. So once I got healing, I jump in, do the melee slash after stunning him with the magic blast. God, I love it when games make you actually feel clever for like figuring it out. Like, so I stunned him with the magic blast, and then I got him with the melee damage right then. And then the time it took him to pull out his sword to go into melee range, he died. That was all it was to it. And now we've got like a bunch of extra magic equipment. Rewards, people. We got the rewards. All this loot. So cool. Ah, fight felt fun. Like, it was difficult, but I feel rewarded for having beat him. Alright, let's see what we got here armor-wise. So, we've got some new additional magic rating stuff. So this increases our magic armor up by 3. Has some charm slots. It has a magic damage aura. We've got Bone Dragon Tailpiece. +1 to Dragon Polymorph. Oh, that's cool. Where do we put that? I guess over here? Huh. Doesn't really have an equip slot. I guess once we can use our dragon form more freely, we'll have an equip slot for it. I remember a fun little Easter egg from the original Star Wars Battlefront was if you type in Jub Jub as your player name, it causes every clone trooper to be midgets. Oh man, I remember name-based stuff. Oh god, what was the one I'm thinking of from God, was it? I don't remember. There was an RPG I played where if you entered certain names, weird stuff would happen to you. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it on like, I think it was a Game Boy game. No, wait. It was a GameCube game. There was some joke if you entered like a specific name for one of the GameCube RPGs I played. I'm forgetting the name at the moment, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so we got this belt. Cool. Heroic Star Belt, we get more mana. That's sweet. Adds confusion, we get a new spell. Oh, wait, because we don't have the requirements. We have to be level 11 for that. And Ruby Network Earrings of Battle Rage. We get Battle Rage in the spell. That's kind of cool. A lot of the codes I do remember, though, are from Warcraft 3. Like, all our bases belong to us, or, was it Greed is Good? Oh, devs used to be so cool like that. Some devs still are. Like, you have people like, Bethesda. Look, for all the shit I get Bethesda. They still put a command line in a lot of their games. Oh, look.
Jagan was starting to drag his...
Let's go in. This guy doesn't feel like a dragon. How would it be this easy to read a dragon's mind?
Soon, I shall unlock the powers of the Dragonstone, and I...
Oh, he's not actually a dragon. Boo.
As well as in role.
Was that deliberate, though? No. They left that in place in software. Remember we talked about this with Doom Eternal. The command line is still available. You can still play around with the command line to do dumb stuff offline. It's a really simple thing. Just, like, give us access to the command codes. They're a lot of fun. Plus, Skyrim has, like, a lot of cool stuff if you've never, like, gone looking into some of, like, the test cells and stuff. For example, whenever you kill an important named character, okay, their body gets dumped into this, like, 4-directional hallway that you can actually go find them. But some people get, like, a coffin. Rosebud. $sign Rosebud. What'd that one do? Chief Corpse Liver?
Know our deeds. Step up the deliveries. Try to procure something.
But what is this? You... It can't be. It cannot be. The battle tower is mine.
Okay.
You shall not have it. You cannot have
This
it.
guy looks like undead. Like, he has, like, visible rotting wounds on his face and shit. Oh, what? Did this guy just blast me? Wait, did they just shoot me backwards into the portal? Oh my god. They did a scene where you're blasted back into the portal, but they did it completely in engine. It looked hilarious. Did you guys see that? Oh man. That was funny. That was really funny. Money cheat in The Sims. Greed is Good as the cheat I remember. It was the one that gave you as much lumber and gold. You made a powerful necromancer. His Lord Lovis should priority. Okay. Sorry, I've just been a little stuck at the moment. Lord Lovis should be our priority. Blah blah blah.
It's stuck.
Oh joy, it's stuck. Okay, I guess I have to go out the other way. There must be another way. Which makes sense if you've ever watched Citizen Kane. I have not watched Citizen Kane. I'm not going to pretend I have. There are some people who say they have, and I know they have not, but I have not. I just haven't. I just flat out haven't.
See this wound? Got it fight along, okay? That is, if you want to keep your eyes.
Okay, sure. I actually figured out what those little teleporter things are going to do, so they're like, you know, actual fucking teleporters. Anyway, quick save. I think many big game companies are just control freak route. Either you play it my way or not at all. Yeah, it is very much. Jagon is dead and Lycon. He feared me.
Oh, go on, get up.
I mean, I'm wearing the guy's helmet. Or not this helmet. I'm wearing his earring and his belt. Do you think he just gave me these things? Alright. I do think you're kind of right. They very much want you to play it their way. I think a different reason, though, is that a lot of stuff is going fully online. And online play, codes like that are just asking for cheaters. Whereas offline play, they're fun jokes. Now, I think a lot of online game developers could also, be asked to lighten up a bit. But they are so concerned with, like, bots and cheaters, they don't want to leave any vulnerabilities, and I can understand that perspective. Like, I can get that perspective. On the other hand, though, there has to be testing. Like, cheat codes are pretty useful for testing stuff really quickly. I remember when I would do some stuff in games, I would often, like, have ways to, like, max fill resources or whatever. As, like, not even as a command, just, like, when game starts, do this, and just, like, flicker that off and on as a comment. Just so I could, like, turn all the balls or stop the conveyor belt or something like that. Or I'd even leave things intentionally broken. But adding cheat codes once a game is, like, fully in development gives you the ability to, like, hey, I want to test this one little thing real quick. Okay, what if we gave you max money? You know, it's just a cool thing. Or, like, hey, why don't we test real quick to see how a game plays when you start with, like, a bit more money and a bit less lumber? You know, so it's like, okay, so let's do the money command and the lumber command. Hey, does the, maybe for Nintendo Online make sense? Other companies have devs on crunch, maybe not have time to relax their brain to think of these things. Fair. A lot of these things came from actually, like, playing around with the game, and a lot of games seem to be developed on crunch. That actually could be honestly, crunch could be a huge part of it, because a lot of these things might stem from the devs actually playing around with the game near a finished state, whereas a lot of games nowadays are only near the finished state like a week or two before release. A lot of games just don't stay in, like, the part of the development where they're mostly finished. Because you are right, you wouldn't really install some, like, a cheat code to test stuff around unless you were mostly finished with the game already. You were just, like, doing balancing changes or whatever. Whereas a lot of games just decide to leave balancing for, like, later. Companies have become blinded by profit. Companies were always blinded by profit. It's just that they used to be much smaller and the profit incentives for being cool were awesome. You mean finish it? Yes, that's what I meant. They leave the balance broken, and then they fix everything later. So adding cheat codes to do all that fun stuff, if it happens at all, would happen way later down the line. It wouldn't happen on release day. And they probably just don't do it because they're in a constant crunch of keeping up with a live service game by that point, or fixing a broken single-player one. Well, this isn't the setting I was expecting that question in.
The thing is,
We want to leave this
it was
camp.
all fun and games in the beginning, but now
Alright, yeah, I've talked to them before. I just forgot to save. We talked with them before. Okay, so let's go talk with Christopher. Also, I think I might have enough to level up. Do I have enough to level up? Let's see. No, I don't need points. So I'm currently... I need 4,000 more experience. 4,600. That is a big issue. Is that a lot of developers nowadays, or a lot of companies nowadays, kill for a bottle of Rimmer's rum. Alright, so the guy wants a bottle of River's rum. Where can I get Rimmer's rum?
hey, piss off, would you?
Maybe Rimmer's like a guy around here that I can talk to? But yeah, that is probably another thing. Actually, one of the things that I've gotten really into listening to is, like, runes. There's, like, a few people who have been talking about, like, the history of RuneScape. I always love, like, seeing games, because for as much as I do prefer single-player games, I've always found something deeply fascinating about the large online communities that things like MMOs can create, and the moments that can come from those. Early access is very often used. Oh, yeah. Anytime I see anything bigger than, like, an indie project I've never heard of using the early access thing, I get so deeply suspicious. I'll be honest, when I first heard that Baldur's Gate was coming out and it was in early access, I was deeply concerned that people were hyped over something that was just not going to be good when it came out. It's not even that Baldur's Gate did it badly. They seem to have done early access quite well. The first act was mostly there. It was all very clearly mostly finished. The gameplay was very solid. They were working on the animations and character designs as, like, the last thing after getting the game completely up and running. And I think that looking back, they did their early access very well. They delivered what they intended to, and they used it respectfully. But the moment I hear early access, I immediately get suspicious. Every time. It's why I haven't even played Hades 2 in early access. I'm waiting for the full release. Because I don't want to play a game in early access and then be, like, waiting for it forever.
I led a raid on a merchant.
It's just burying my axes.
Afterwards, I forgot to wrench it out of the door. Go fetch me that axe.
Alright. Fine, I'll go have a look. I'll get your axe for you. It really is very often. And there are plenty of games in early access that are great games. Like, Subnautica was early access, Baldur's Gate 3, as we said, Hades, There are a bunch of really cool games that have come out of the early access, and I feel bad bashing it because, again, there are good uses for it, and it can be a really good way for developers to gauge investment in a game, and even just like figure out if some features maybe don't need to be fully developed. You can kick them off. You can, you know, nerf some features or scale them back in the early stages rather than committing to full development, or get your fill of 20% of the complete game and not feel like going back to it when it gets to 100%. That's a problem I have sometimes. Yeah, that's a problem I can have occasionally.
Some backup wouldn't hurt.
Better safe than sorry. Where should I go?
If you find the wreckages of a caravan, then follow the road towards the tower.
Oh, you guys really do mention this one caravan that you raided recently that you had a fun time at. This is why I didn't play Darkest Dungeon in early access. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing.
In combat, try to aim for the neck.
Alright, where is this one
Usually poorly
character?
protected
Caius or
and
whatever?
delivers an instant kill.
Where is the mead? Where is the mead? Come on, there's gotta be a bottle of mead around here somewhere.
Oh, go on, try me.
Yeah, go on. Gut each other. More for the rest of us.
What in the name of a gun?
Put that back or lose your legs.
Survival of the fittest, dear. Come get it if you want it.
Then get ready to walk on.
Alright. I like it when there are actually a bunch of melee characters and I can just go full hog. Oh, shoot. Alright. This sword is pretty freaking sweet. I don't even have any points in... I have like... What? I have 1 point in strength. My strength is described as frail old ladies beat me up arm wrestling, and I have trouble lifting a weapon. But this sword is essentially just so powerful that I beat them regardless, and I get to take all their nice loot. Cool, I get to take all this loot. Hey, look, all the people... Look, this is completely morally fine, guys. The people they stole it from probably prefer I have it than they do. The whole wordless agreed contract with early access is I pay you because I want to help you make the game best it can be for others. Yeah, you're paying not just to like play the game early, you're playing to help the developer figure out what works and what doesn't, and to help support them so that they can spend more time on it and make it better. A lot of early access, some of the best ones even, are even like free or extremely cheap because they're like, hey, if you come early and help us like beta test and develop, because that's essentially what you're doing, is you're helping them figure out what works and what doesn't. And if it's used responsibly, it's a very good way for developers to get the most out of a game. Especially smaller ones that might not have time to pay for, or the time or money to pay for a massive QA team. That's what I think where it really helps, is that can really help small devs QA their games. Alright, where is the meat I need?
Watch it, pretty. You don't want to get on.
I do like how, like, this is a bandit camp, so there's like, look, fights break out all the time, and those guys were bickering over a weapon already. It's clear that they were about to, like, get into a fight. I only buy a game on early access if I'm willing to buy a game at that state. Even then, even if they don't do any more development, I'm fine with my purchase. That's, I think, a good mantra to a certain extent, because if you don't like the game as it is, then you're probably not going to like it later on anyway. Like, what are the odds you're going to like it once they finish it if you already don't like it? Trying to figure out where to go here. Alright, we need to find this rum. There's gotta be some rum around here somewhere. He said there was rum, and that he would kill for some of it. And I'm just like, where the hell do you want me to get this rum from, buddy? It's gotta be somewhere around here, right? Maybe it's like, maybe I have to go back outside and maybe like find it outside, that's why I can't go get it. So like, if we look around here maybe? Maybe something I missed. It is a secret from my reading. A lot of those. Ah. That's generally how people felt about Power World with its first build in early access. It was solid enough that you got more. Yeah, like, and that's again, I think, why a lot of early access stuff tends to work best when it's free. It's because if your game is kind of really buggy and unfinished, that might be the right price for early access at least. Now, whether or not you include the full game for free, I think that's more contentious. I think, you know, especially if the first one is.
You, is it? Come on then.
If the not free. No, Power World was $30. I understand that. I get that. No. Power World was $30. That's what I'm saying is for other games that do free early access, because there are games that do free early access. I think. I'm saying like Power World, you feel like even if you don't get a full game, you still got $30 worth of game, which is good. But well, the other thing I was saying though is for games like. I'm trying to remember what was one of the free early access. Was Subnautica free early access? I'm trying to remember if Subnautica was free or not. But basically, if a game is going to be early access and it's not good enough for, like, somebody to pay $20 for what you have right there, then it's probably not good enough for, then, you know, maybe don't price the early access that. Or you do an early access with a feature-complete game. What do you mean? Like, the game is already basically feature complete, but the early access is like... The early access is the promise of, like, essentially more content? I'm not sure what you were saying right there. So these games I've seen are usually funded by Patreon. Yeah, they oftentimes are. They are oftentimes funded by Patreon. Or they don't go anywhere. I've noticed a lot of the... Looking thirsty, a good... When I just do a drink. I've noticed a lot of the really, like, the really simple free ones don't tend to go many places. One of the ones that comes to mind is that Dragon MMO thing. I'm still not sure what the hell that was. Remember back when I played all those Dragon games? And there was that one that was like an MMO, but like an empty world with nothing in it, and I couldn't even figure out where to go for like the first quest. What was it called? One second, I'm gonna check Steam real quick and just like double check what it was called. I think it was called like Eclipse or something like that. Let's see. It was around the time I played 6 Legends, but it wasn't one of the ones that actually went that far. Not Heritage Dragon's Tale, Small Dragon Big Appetite, no. Dragon Ruins, Unlife of Gorlak. I still need to talk about that game. Holy shit, Unlife of Gorlak was fun. Yeah, it was Dragon. No, wait, was it Dragon Eclipse? No, Dragon Eclipse wasn't it. Dragon Eclipse was a different game. I'm not sure. One moment. Double checking something quick. Dragonflight, no. It's not on my... Is it not on my Steam library anymore? That would be weird. One moment. I'm double checking something because it almost looks like it's disappeared from my Steam library, and that can't be right. You gotta pay for. Free isn't always bad, just usually. Yeah, and I've seen cool free games. Actually, during the early days of VR, there were a lot of really cool... Not necessarily like VR games, but good VR experiences. There was this one I remember quite vividly that was essentially a dragon flight game in VR where you were like riding atop a dragon and firing things down. It was literally just this one run through of this like coastal medieval area, and then you got to a castle, and that was it. It was the whole game. Once you got to the castle, the game just kind of ended. It was a free game. It wasn't even early access really, but it was just kind of there. A lot of VR games were like that in the beginning, though. They were these weird pseudo-experience games where it wasn't even about having a game so much as showing off what VR could do.
We have yet to find Lord.
It was really weird, but honestly, a lot of them were free, and they were pretty fun for what they were. As long as you didn't go in expecting like a full experience, they were usually pretty entertaining, at least for a bit. Quite frankly, I even found a roller coaster game for free that I regularly used to like show off my headset. It had a lot of free tracks. There were some you could pay for, obviously, but for what it was, the free version had a surprising amount of content.
Now this is the life.
Oh look, it's the drunk guy.
I don't care about the gate you hear.
I like how they actually had him go out and sit on the bridge and get drunk. That's kind of fun. To this day, I still haven't seen a game use Subnautica's early access method. What was unique about Subnautica's, particularly? I mean, I know Subnautica had an early access, but I played it after early access. It was off early access, I think. So I'm not really sure like what was unique about it. Let's see here. Shield of Haven, Sword of Pain. Oh, this is just worse than what I already have. Okay, no, that's that interesting. There seems to be a lot of melee stuff here. Spirit. I mean, it does give me some more mana with Spirit. But it doesn't seem to be that interesting. Might. Rings of Blazing. Summon Mastery. Passive skill. Oh! Okay, so this is something. I might want to get this. It's 1,300 though. I might not want to. I might... Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to buy healing potions. Let's go ahead and buy these first. Then, oh, these are actually like stat boosting shit. Okay, I might want to look through these things first. Yeah, how was it unique? I actually don't know how it was unique at all. Okay, I don't need this. This is like warrior stuff. It's a strength boosting sword. Stolen Iron Sword. Plus 20 hit points, critical chance. No, we don't really want that. Sword of Butchery. Plus 20 hit points. Butchery increases my critical hit chance. We're good with that one. For a mirror? Oh, is that like not good here? I guess we don't have like a great relationship with this guy, so maybe it's not a great deal. Stolen Iron Axe. Stolen Short Bow. Yeah, we'll sell the mace. Subnautica had two types of builds with its early access. The stable build, which was the default, and the latest, most stable build for players that wanted a more bug-free and... Oh, that's kind of cool. So you have one group of players testing the latest stuff. Minecraft has stuff like that. Minecraft was in development like that though. Actually, I really like Minecraft as a game. I'm just gonna say it. The fact that thing I love about Minecraft is Minecraft shows that all the talk about online-only bullshit is just bullshit. Because Minecraft has every version of Minecraft you could possibly want to play. You can play Minecraft. You can play whatever version of Minecraft you want. You can choose which version. You can choose random build snapshots. You can choose like April 1st, one-off April Fool's things. And they still have online servers that are doing their thing. They still have player-hosted stuff that's doing their thing. Minecraft, if I had to choose an ideal way for games to be released and played, the Minecraft method where you actually have a launcher or some way to choose your build version and play with different versions of the game would be my all-time favorite. I think it is a really cool way to do it, and I don't see nearly enough games come out with that. It's really disappointing. Because it's so cool and so awesome. And, like, if you want to play Minecraft as you last played it, you can literally just stay in 1.8 or 1.10 or whatever your preferred version is. Hell, if you think anything past 1.0 is bad, you can just be like, why am I only 1.0? If I want to play Minecraft like I played it when I first got into the game, when I think it was like 1.2 or 1.25 or something like that, I could just do that. Rivals of Aether on Steam also has every build on Steam. See, and Steam has that. I know that Steam has an ability to do that. That's why I'm not specifically saying you have to have a launcher, because I know that Steam has the ability to do version select. And the fact that more games don't utilize it, or it's not like widely known, is a crying shame, because being able to choose your preferred version can make online experiences so cool. And it also means that you can just play offline on the version you like. That is a perfectly valid tactic. God, it's so sad because Minecraft has been around for so long and people still don't understand that you can just make a game like that. It's not even like it's that much extra work. All they have to do is release the build and have it store on a server, like one copy of the game build. You know, it's compared to the amount of servers you're going to have for people downloading your game. I mean, Steam offers to let you store it, just flat out. If you want to store multiple copies of your game build, Steam will just let you. It's not even an issue. It's not even an issue of, like, you have to store all the copies. Steam will store them. You just have to set up the thing, and then every build will store on Steam. You want to mess with it. You just upload. Heck, it's even, I think it's more work. Because if you do it the other way, you have to delete the old build. Whereas with this one, you can just upload the new build and set as the main one. That's because the game does not need an online connection. It doesn't need an online connection, but Minecraft has plenty of online servers and stuff like that. They have updates. I'm not saying that it's like online games. I'm saying any online game could be built to operate like Minecraft, where the default version is what works on all the servers, or most of the servers. But players can maybe create their own servers and host their own stuff, and they can host on whatever version they feel like. Or maybe like a holiday or event version can host. And not like you can transfer stuff between the main stuff. It could be isolated player things. That could be a thing that happens. And then if you do that, you don't even have to worry about sunsetting. Like, the game just sunsets itself. All you gotta do is keep it on Steam, and the players will keep things going for you at that point. You literally just release the server creation tools, release the, release all the builds, and let the players go nuts. Like, what's the problem? You don't even have to worry about DRM, because Steam will worry about that for you. Only people who bought the game will be able to run the game on Steam, with the build versions and everything. So you can just keep all your old BS in there, have a single server that gets pinged for the occasional new player, and bada bing, bada boom. That's your game. It's so easy. It would be so easy for most games to be released in a way that they can continue existing. I know Accursed Farms has already done this. This is literally the not stop killing games thing, but I've just like kind of realized that if they literally just built it like that, where they kept the versions on Steam, they would have all the tools. Need server resources because many games need a connection. Yeah, true. And again, I'm not saying for like online only games where you only have like an online version, there's no offline. Whatever, I guess. But having old builds of a game can just be useful. I mean, hell, it can even be useful for the company. I remember one of the things I've learned watching RuneScape videos is that RuneScape Old School is the way it is because that was literally just the earliest build they still had a copy of. They deleted all the other builds of RuneScape because they just hadn't bothered to keep old copies of the game. And so they wanted to do an old style, like retro version of the online game for an MMO, like a WoW Classic kind of deal. They only had one. And I know that game developers tend to be a lot more like meticulous when it comes to archiving old resources, but it can hold benefits for the developers as well as the gamers. It's not like just a benefit to us. Damn, this sword is powerful. I don't have any strength. This is literally just pure sword. This is just base damage. The main reason I don't, though, is because ranged attackers will shred me while I'm... Or they usually would. Wait, do all the skeletons just go to melee once you attack one of them? Holy shit. Alright, we really need to get back to Lovis's tower and figure out what the deal is with that place. Been doing a lot of side questing bullshit. Oh boy. Alright, please let me have a potion. Please let me have a potion. Ah, yes, I bought potions. Yes, got him. Also, again, I'm not saying like the old versions have to have their own dedicated like official servers, but it would make sunsetting the game easier if you just released the server tools on Steam as well. Like you could literally just have a, you know, this is the server tools, and then it gets an update using GitHub for whatever changes are made to the original. You wouldn't even probably need to make new server tools because you just let that be the, you know, server creation stuff. Then when the game sunsets, you're like, okay, official servers are going offline. You guys better have fan servers, otherwise that's not our problem. We release the tools to you, whatever. And again, Steam would handle a lot of the code storage, so like companies wouldn't even need to store the code, I don't think, because Steam would do it for them. Because Steam will store whatever builds you upload. I'm just talking out what is happening. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that's the biggest thing I have a problem with, is that companies act like it's like this big like burden on them to store all this data, when it's like Steam is sitting right here being like, seriously, bro? Are you serious? Who do you think is storing your game data? Because I guarantee it's not you, buddy. We got HoloCure, early access free game. Yes, players frothing on the mouth over the fact that the dev refuses to accept any money. That is an absurdly rare occurrence. That is not the kind of thing that normally happens. Oh, shit. Shit. Heal. And also, we're going to go into our skills. What do we want to do for skills? No, for keeping the servers up. What I'm saying is they don't even have to store anything at all. They talk about, like, overhead for trying to keep it up as, like, a bad faith argument. It's like, they're not going to have to keep the servers online. We've already debunked that. But, like, they don't even also have to keep the data. Like, there's no overhead for them. All they've got to do is release the toolset and let it sit on Steam. My argument was essentially, like, there's literally nothing they would have to do long-term for the game. They wouldn't even have to, like, release the code in a non-DRM environment. They could literally just release it with any DRM they want on Steam, because Steam lets that stuff go in, and the community would be able to just run the servers. My point is, like, how easy it would be for them to just upload and forget about it and still have it be protected by Steam's guidelines. Most of their arguments in that direction, though, are just flat-out bad faith arguments. Okay, so we have destruction for extra damage. Keeping servers online was different. I thought I heard something about that. Although, to be fair, I guess servers have really been the only thing. But what I'm saying, my thing was not just like over... Okay, that was what I was over. It wasn't just like the servers. So the thing is no extra overhead when you want to subset the game. So if you release the like player-hosted servers tools when the game comes out, or a few months after the game comes out, and that's on Steam, then whenever you want to cut down the servers, you don't even have to go through a sunsetting process. Because anything you would want to do at that point, you could just let the servers die, let the official servers die, and say, you're on your own. Like, it wouldn't even have to be any different than they're doing right now if they release the tools early enough. So essentially, if they release the tools when the game comes out, then they don't even have to worry about, like, a sunsetting process, because it's already sunset. Because they already have fan servers up. There were some arguments about them having to do stuff, like, to close down the game. Like, why shouldn't we just be able to close the game whenever we want? You know? It's like, yeah, you could close the game whenever you want once you release the tools. It would, and the point I was trying to make is if this becomes a regular practice of just like Minecraft, you have the server creation tools and the different builds, and they're all available. Have you ever heard of middleware? I have not heard about middleware. No, what is middleware? What did we grab? Shit, what did I grab? Did I grab extra mana efficiency? Oh, that would be stupid. Yeah, I grabbed extra mana efficiency for some reason. Okay. Intelligence, keep that number going up. The frothy at the mouth, the wanting to shove money down Kai Yu's throat. Worsen the more updates Kai released that added more and more content. Honestly, it's an insanely large game for being free. I think the HoloLive game might be one of the largest free games I've ever seen. It is a lot of content for no money. Like an insanely large amount of content for no money. Alright, how much mana does this really give me for like 2 points? I'm not really slow on mana. Licensed from a third-party company that might not allow them to distribute to other people. I guess that is true, because Minecraft was entirely programmed by Notch, and it showed in the early years. The Java code for that game was... I tried to make a few Minecraft mods back in the day. The Java code for things like arrows drove me mad. I was trying to make like an arrow mod that would cause a bolt of lightning to strike whenever you shot an arrow somewhere. And the fact that the arrow was both the object... It was an item that spawned an entity, and I tried to create unique arrow entity, but for some reason... I couldn't find out where, but there must have been some other place the spawn code was, because I replaced the spawn code for a specific bow with my unique, like, alternate modded bow, and it would still spawn the basic arrow entity. It wouldn't spawn the new sub-arrow entity I created, based on the original arrow entity. That thing drove me mad. There are I guess there is that, like, anti-cheat and stuff like that don't want their code to be released, probably. Also, well, I mean, a lot of games are built in Unreal, so it can't be an engine limitation for a lot of games. I mean, not all games, obviously. The id Software engine, they're never going to release. That's one of their babies. It helped to make the Doom engine. That's one of... I think that's an id Software actual official engine, isn't it? Or is Doom in Unreal? I forget, actually. Is Doom in Unreal or... Let's see here. Doom Engine 2016. Ah. I'm trying to remember if Doom 2016 was in Unreal or if it was in a different engine. Because I know id Software is... id Tech 6. Yeah, so id Software made their own engine for Doom 2016. It was called id Tech 6. So I get for if you've, like... I mean, if you made your own engine, you're this big company, you plan to use it on a bunch of different projects, you don't want it to get hacked. I don't like it, but I can understand the logic, essentially, is my point.
My minion.
id Tech engine. Yeah, it was id Tech 6, specifically. Alright, we killed the mage. That's good.
I can't.
Still remember how Hollow Cure is how I found you, Ramble. Honestly, that game was a lot of fun. I might replay it just on a one-off eventually because it's so much fun. I've gotten a bunch of achievements in it. It has been a game I've gone back to a few times and just played for fun because why the hell not? Why wouldn't you? It's a great game. It's free and it's just like a nice like. The thing is, I had never played, what was it, like the vampire games it was based off. What was the name of the game type it was based off of? Like the game that essentially created that type of game. It was some kind of like vampire hunter game, right? My god, there's a lot of magic.
I have been poisoned.
I've been poisoned. Alright, killed one of them. Hey, bastard. Okay. We got it. Even if it was made in Unreal, it might be using another company's code that has been licensed. I mean, that's possible. To be fair, the music and the music stuff could also prove an issue. Although, I'm still unsure of like what the freaking deal is with music licenses in games because I know there are plenty of games that do. I guess that's probably just like AAA games do licenses the cheapest way possible, and the cheapest way is for the lifespan of the game or whatever, or for however long they think the lifespan needs to be. But it still feels weird that like a movie can still be sold with licensed music, but a game can't. It just always has irked me a bit. It's probably a contract thing. I think that's the explanation I've heard the most often.
The desire of all the power hungry.
The gateway to dragon might. Magic Survivors was the original that inspired Vampire Survivors, which popularized the genre. Okay, so the one I was thinking of popularized, it didn't actually, like, wasn't a... Okay. Hey, wait, why does this goblin look like an actual goblin and not some kind of molten metal monster? This guy looks like an actual goblin, whereas all the other goblins look like those weird, like, molten golem creatures. How do you know I become part dragon?
Obvious thing for the few who have had the privilege of eons of life.
Maybe it's an elf.
There were times that the dragon gift was the greatest prize of all, but now the silly human
Sell a license that allows the game to sunset until it's forced to be by the industry standard. That's fair.
As your eyes betray, but now you'll be forced
Oh.
to see the true
Hue of reality.
Then again, I do trot on ants.
Okay.
Who knows how erudite and I am an
Imp. Oh, he's an imp, not a goblin. He's an imp. They should be forced, though. It should be forced to be an industry standard because the Minecraft way of doing things is just like, it just feels nice to be able to play an old version of a game from like whenever you were most comfortable with it. It also just leads to a lot of fun stuff. Like, I love runs. There's this really cool Minecraft run that happened recently. I found out about it at least recently, where they try to gain as many unobtainable blocks as possible. So they go back to like the very early beta versions of the game, and they acquire different items, and then they slowly update the game version by version as things were removed. So like they have enchanted golden notch apples. You know, the god apples, essentially. They have those. They have it from when you could silk touch spawners. They have when you could get like a bunch of other stuff, or just like various different types of items that are no longer in the game. In the newer versions, are slowly able to be acquired as you creep up versions. it's this really cool idea for a challenge run. Because it forces you into the beginning to work with old Minecraft, which is, you know, where a single fire could burn down the entire world. I cannot travel from dimension to dimension with the power of words. Known as Zigzag, the almost wise. Okay. Okay, blah blah blah.
That's the fellow.
You follow the divine?
He may have been the divine, but he didn't give me back my teleporter stone.
This guy was like, he may have been the divine, but he didn't give me back my teleporter. Okay, so okay, so if I'm getting this story correctly here, the little imp here loaned God his teleporter stones to go fight the demon of lies, and he's still salty that God didn't give them back. Oh, can you translate this? Oh man, I love this so much. I'm getting a feeling the divine was the divine the player character from the previous game. Because this is Divinity 2. Are we gonna become God at the end? Also, if we are, the player character was the divine in the previous game. Okay, I need 4 pieces to complete the puzzle. Got it. All right, bye zigzags. Best wishes, soon to be wise. I love his complaint is literally that the divine stole his teleporter stone. He let him borrow his teleporter stones, and he didn't give them back. And he's still angry about that. Alright, so I need to get things to fit into the statue's mouth, I guess. Maybe gemstones or whatever. Let's go ahead and quick save real quick. I really like the lore of this game. It's very fun.
Blast. I was sure she'd be back to claim us as her prey. She's vain like that.
Oh, look. Other Dragon Slayers, I guess. Oh, they're probably not going to be a huge
Can't
fan.
wait here forever. And besides, you're right. If she was still alive, she'd have been back by now.
I reckon that stab you treated her to just before she flew away must have finished
Finished
her
her
off.
off.
Perhaps. But no, we need to be sure.
Whoa.
Too much is
To the
at stake.
stake. Alright.
Let's head back to the village and... Hey! What are you doing here?
Commander, you won't believe what happened.
Silence. You disobeyed my orders. Even under the circumstances we were in. I should... But... What is this? That aura? Oh, no! No! She got to you, didn't she?
Yes, she did. This must have changed our friendship more than ever. I could use your help.
Friendship? Between Slayer and Dragon? That can never be. Your life is hereby forfeit. You shall perish at the hand of Dragon Slayer.
Wait, I didn't even have anything to do with the betrayal of God or whatever. I didn't even betray God, though.
It is not a pleasant duty, but there is no other way. Here, take the sword Arbon gave you. Remember the tenets.
What the fuck?
Marius, when it is done, soak the sword in the dragon's blood and bring it to the academy, so that it may serve as a warning for our disciples.
What the hell?
Farewell, Dragon Slayer. For that is how I will try to think of you.
Seriously? We're doing this shit?
This is not how I imagined this day would pass. But there's nothing for it, I suppose.
Okay, you guys are assholes. Well, it's okay. I was already playing on site with the dragons anyway, because I think they're kind of cool. Oh, this guy is supported by mages. Oh, shoot. He's supported by mages and... Oh, damn. Oh my god, it's a little tri-party of mage, rogue, and warrior. That's actually kind of dangerous. I need to summon immediately. Okay, so we're going to go to this quick save. We're going to, like, summon, I think, before I approach them. I'm going to go ahead and summon. I'm gonna wait till my summon refreshes, and then I'm gonna fully summon. Also, I think I might be able to equip something. Yeah, wait, did I get scammed? I got scammed, boy. Okay, so that ring I got, it was a plastic ring. I got scammed out 1,300 gold. The guy sold me a fake ring. It looked glowy and magic, but it was plastic. Wait, there's plastic in this fantasy world? You know what? I'm just going to try not to talk about how I got scammed out 1,300 gold just now. I thought it looked so cool. Secret merchant selling expensive magic items.
I was sure she'd be back to claim us as her prey.
We can't
I reckon
All right.
silence, but friendship, you like marriage. Farewell.
this is not. But there's no.
Oh shit. Oh shoot, 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 shoot. Okay, potions, potions, potions. Alright, chicken leg. And shoot me. Alright. Continue to blast him, back away from the other one, keep it distance, keep our distance. Keep our distance and keep blasting.
I can't.
Alright, we got that. Oh man, oh man.
From hell.
Holy shit, I'm actually like jumping all around the place. You know, I do actually really like the way this game actually makes the player mobile in a fight. Like, if you just sit there, where you try and just dodge roll back and forth, honestly, it's not as effective as jumping all around an opponent and actually engaging with the game. That's how it should be, but it's not always. Oh yeah, look at that. I'm not a huge fan of how the fact that a mage still has to go in for melee, but I do like the challenge of it all. I do like being actually challenged. Also, I missed what the Dragon Lady told me. Damn. Rotting remains of a torso. I guess it's for that weird necromancy project. Okay. Cool. And we should have like one other guy over here that I also took down. Cool. He should have some loot. Give me some sweet loot. Alright. Increased critical chance. There's something. It's a ring. It's not plastic. I'm gonna wear it. I bought it, so I might as well wear it.
Nice.
I'm an idiot. What is the name of this thing, actually? The Norifundus. No refund. Oh! That's actually clever. I can't get too mad about that. That's actually clever. Norifundus. Norifundus. No refunds. No refunds. No refunds. That's actually clever. I could have guessed. I should have guessed it was gonna be fake. This is why you should... Wow, I should start reading the name of these things out loud, because I actually might have caught on to that if I had done it. It's literally the no refund us ring. No refunds ring. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright, I think this is a pretty cool spot. I'm gonna go into a hard save in case this like ends this area. But let's check out what's behind this door. Okay. Oh yes, yes, we have to go talk with Lord Lovis. We have to go speak with Lord Lovis. In the weird tower, I guess. Wish there was a run button. This world is so huge. Drag into a fault, you are, Ramble. Ooh, shiny, must buy. Well, it wasn't just ooh, shiny. It was ooh, shiny plus magic spell bonuses. Must buy. I really should have read the name first. I got scammed like I was on freaking eBay. I'm actually a little impressed with the game for that one, though. Because they actually give you enough information that you probably could have guessed that something was wrong.
So that you may lie.
You actually might have been able to guess that something was wrong if you were paying closer attention. Which I almost respect. Like, if a game just, like, gives you a shit day for no reason, like, that kind of sucks. But if they give you a way to figure it out, you know, I can see this. I can see it in the middle of the valley. According to legend, the ghost will be able to elucidate me some will fail. Alright, I'm gonna head back to the town real quick. There are two quests I want to turn in. The Goblin Heart one, because the guy's gonna turn into an asshole, and he was level 10, so I always play it off. And then we're gonna also do the bandit hideout thing. And after that, I'll go try and find Lord Lovis, and that'll probably be it for tonight. And I think after we get to Lord Lovis, that will probably be where I like leave this game off. I do like this game. I think it's a really cool game, and I'm going to try to find time to play and finish it on my own time. God, my backlog is so huge. I have, like, no free time. My free time is, like, meeting with my friends on the weekends. It's oh god. Even for like the video, the reason the Lilo and Stitch video isn't out yet is because I had stuff happen on Sunday. Like server had issues and one of my hard drives failed and the other one is about to fail, so I had to take it offline and make sure it was okay and order a new one as an emergency thing. And then on top of all of that, I had to deal with, and this is my fault for not upgrading to one where I could have more than 2 drives. But also, apparently server hard deals is having a, oh, by the way, warning to anyone, do not buy new used drives, do not buy used drives from server hard deals that are 28 terabytes right now. Apparently they've been having issues, and somebody found a way to like spoof the smart data for them. So they're not actually as healthy as the checks, their tests are showing.
I'd spend it on drinking girls, but that's just a suggestion.
Oh, we have to be game.
Rivertown is well. Damn that blasted.
I'm not going to decide who's using it. The Order Pipe.
They've been collecting food here all week. Spineless there.
Oh no, I'm gonna take you out myself, bitch. Get back here. No, you don't. God damn it, I've got to follow him now. Yeah, so if you go searching for like used hard drives and server part deals, be aware. I'm not sure about their other sizes, but like the 28 terabyte ones have been having issues. Any of them bought in like the last month have been having problems, or the last few months actually, because I bought mine 2 months ago and they're still having these same issues. So be warned. They have offered me replacements, so I am going to get those, but it put my server in like serious risk, which was not fun. And on top of that, it was my mom's birthday recently, so, you know, stuff for her, and the life has just been so fucking busy. To the next. Reminds me of 5 days ago after that horrible storm. I know, right? And on top of that, I also just had to run some errands that I had forgotten about. In general, I had a somewhat busy Sunday, and then also I just got to do a little bit of editing, and then I forgot to save. So Sunday and Monday really were just like the endless kicks in the teeth.
This food belongs to Richard of Adaroth.
How dare you
You
demand
chose
these
spies,
supplies,
champion.
Slayer, try and talk some sense into this madman's head.
He answers only to violence. Let's not disappoint him.
Made your last mistake, Slayer. I'll show you.
Hey, Richard. You're an ass. Get it? It's a Richard relocation. Or a dick, I guess. He's a dick. Richard is a dick. Sorry, I got that joke wrong. God, sounds like one. It is. It was just a lot. I am starting to work on the thumbnail for it though. I'm trying to decide like how I should be formatting, what I want to go for. I could go for like Stitch and the dragon on I've been thinking about doing like the kind of like the same poses like that one cover for the Blu-ray where they're surfing through the wave tunnel and Stitch is at the front and maybe like the dragon is the back. My Melik deck. Did you think that Isokon Sector with the spree cards was cool? Yes. If that works the way I think it does, yes, that will be awesome. Isokon Scepter in general is just really cool, and the fact that you did it with cards you can pay additional cost for is so sweet. I love it. It's really awesome. New Order prevails once again. You fought well.
Thank you, Slayer. We'll return to...
Okay. I think we go for more experience, because we really do want to level up a ton, and leveling... The thing with experience in this game is that I feel the need to always pick the experience reward, because, especially in the beginning, I want to level up as much as possible, and the item rewards aren't going to be that great right now, but experience can also be used to read minds, which is such a cool thing. I like that your experience points are currency in this one. TDL and Stitch are both their blue sets, comparing their blue selves like two upset cats. That might be kind of cool. That might be kind of cool. I'm still trying to think of like the poses I want to go for, because I do want to start working on the thumbnail, because the review is already behind schedule by a decent amount, and I want that to like, when it comes out, to come out clearly. I'm also no longer working from home, so I can't do like a little bit of editing in my off time when I'm not like working on anything or during a lunch break. I can't like briefly do some editing real quick. So I can draw though when I'm in my downtime or when I'm on my lunch break. So that's something I can definitely do. Example pose in live chat. Oh, let me see. Oh, shoot. Discord. Oh, the actual, like, cat scared of water pose. Oh, I like it. That actually, I might actually do that. That is gonna sound kind of fun. But I don't want it to seem like I don't like it. Like I like it a lot. Like as much as I like that idea, shouldn't the thumbnail show off how much I like Lilo and Stitch as like a show? I don't know. Let's go ahead and sell. Oh no, wait! I want to sell to the Smith because I have a good relationship with the Smith.
Come again.
More so territorial, just silly. Or do you mean less so territorial and more so just silly? Then again, I am pretty territorial over things I like a lot. Yeah, I'll sell to him. I have a good relationship with him. So that should be good. Okay. Disney the session. I hate Disney session. Oh, then you're going to love my descriptions of the Orochi, Lilo, and Stitch. There's so many cool things going on with that. I just, dude, seriously. It's a blast. I have so many like little things I mentioned about that. I pull up this one interview that had like this very long interview of how they did a lot of the Hawaii trip and how the studio. There was this really good one. I think it was by Vulture or something like that. Awesome interview. Had a lot of good quotes. Territorial instead. It's like Lilo and Stitch. Default is people like it. You don't need to say it. That is fair. If you see a video of Lilo and Stitch, I mean about the OG Lilo and Stitch, people are automatically kind of going to assume it's just a video about why it's good in some way or what was cool about it. It's one of those revered classic movies that, like, honestly, I haven't met anyone who doesn't like Lilo and Stitch. I've met people who don't like a lot of movies. I've met people who don't like Alien. I've met people who don't like, I mean, I guess I also have met people who don't really like Pixar movies. I have yet to run into someone who says, I don't like WALL-E, you know? But aside from a few Pixar movies like WALL-E or Toy Story, I don't think I've run into anyone who doesn't like Lilo and Stitch. Granted, I tend to be around animation, people who like animation. So, you know, obviously my crowd is a bit biased. But I'm also exposed to a lot of family members. They all liked it too. Not like obsessively like me, but still. Okay, so we're going to head back to the Citadel Shrine. And we're going to go talk to Lovis and see what his deal is. See what the... I mean, I also hate... Disney's obsession isn't even with realism. Disney's obsession is with reintroducing something that was already made that they don't have to put a lot of effort into. Because turns out 2D animation is really, really freaking hard. And you can instead spend that whole budget on just like a handful of 3D CG scenes. Not trying to diss the CG artists who worked on the movies. I get they put effort in. But like... especially Lilo and Stitch of all things. Like Lilo and Stitch, the amount of effort they put into that movie on such like a small budget is incredible. And the amount of detail they were able to put in the world. The shortcuts they used were always used with the intention of making it look good. Making it awesome. The whole movie is just... You know, there actually is something else too. The guy who made it, or the two co-creators who were responsible for like the main vision of the whole thing, worked on several other movies, one of which was How to Train Your Dragon. Oh no, I'm not talking. I'm saying, okay, fine. They will spend even more money on bad CG that doesn't look as good as the 2D. You're right. No, you're right. They spend even more money on that CG. So Lilo and Stitch was made on a budget, like an actual low budget. The whole point of the project I mentioned in my review was literally to be a low budget project. The reveal spell. I don't even feel like they meddled with the movie. I feel like they got exactly what they wanted, and what they wanted was a slightly shittier version of a movie that already existed. I mean, look at How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon was a copy-paste. Lilo and Stitch, they changed things, sure. But I feel like the people who change things don't always change it because of executive decisions. You have to understand, there are actual people who work on this. And, like, for as much shit as we might give the people who wrote that script, can you imagine being told, here's an all-time classic that is beloved by everyone in the universe. Now, you have to do exactly that, but not quite that, but don't make it too different or they'll hate you, and and you have to make it similar enough so we can still sell all the plushies. That must be just soul-breaking to work on. I actually cannot imagine the kind of person who would accept that job unless you were literally just desperate for work. Maybe you actually do think you can write a better story than the Lilo and Stitch writers. Don't know why you would. But let's say you're actually that arrogant. Like, it doesn't even have to be executives. Now, I actually haven't looked up the Lilo and Stitch live action, so I don't... Is the throne talking to me? I have indeed, sure. Meet him.
To whom was Lord Lovis born?
Shit. Shoot. I am unsure. God damn it. Was also meddled with, Ted. I mean, they did that, and the scene they shoved is very obvious because they do the whole handicap one, remember? And it's like you had Gobber right there. But also, like, it is weird because How to Train Your Dragons in the other store, where the writers were desperate for any line they could add that wasn't a brand new scene. They were desperate for any line they could mildly tweak the writing up to call it their own script and not a literal copy-paste. Lilo and Stitch did the opposite, which a lot of do, which is to try to completely change the story. I guessed that and got it right.
Who does Lord Lovis serve?
The Divine Even in Death?
Speak untrue. What was Lord Lovis's greatest victory?
I don't know. Duel with the Dragon Knight Brahm. Battle of 10,000. I assume because of the Black Ring people. Damien?
You speak on what was Broken Valley called when Lord Lovis still ruled supreme?
Valley of Shrines?
Good. And that completes this. You have been found worthy enough.
Oh, thank God. I got found worthy enough. Director of How to Train Your Dragon claiming if it was up to him, he wouldn't have made the live-action movie you know was meddled with. I mean, it's at that point you know it's a movie that shouldn't have been made. That's what I don't even think it was necessarily even meddled with too much. I just don't think it should have been made to begin with. I legitimately think the best thing you could do in most of the live action stuff is just to have not made it. It contributes nothing of value. Like none of it is going to be relevant a few years from now. Aside from like pure nostalgia. It's a bad copy of something that was already made.
What have we here?
And I have my own versions of that shit.
By accident.
I do, legitimately. I mean, we've talked about several of the anime that are just like versions of things that came before. We talked about Yu Yu Hakusho is like really cool, and a lot of other things took inspiration from it. And if you go back and watch that, maybe we should just go back and watch that instead of making remakes of it, you know? I was sent here by Lady Talana herself.
A fellow dragon knight sent a champion. An interesting turn of events, though not unexpected.
Did. She was under the impression you would be able to aid me.
Was she? And how is it I may help?
I must slay Damien, but I don't know how.
As luck would have it, I know what Talana wants to do. And though I applaud her intent, I am apprehensive of her immediate goal.
I am apprehensive of her. The Hell of Echoes. What is the connection? That is a bad sign, though. If your main creative force, like the director and the producers, did not want this thing being made, it's weird. You dragons survived with him and killed the Divine.
No. You call us betrayers, but it is we who were betrayed.
We have seen the pattern with all action remakes that struck. Add scenes that overly glorify. I mean, I'm not even gonna say that's the issue. It's that they were bad movies. I feel like talking about the DI scenes is beside the point, because even if you take that scene out, it's still a bad movie. Like, was the scene good? No, but like taking it out would not have made the movie much better. The movie was already failed from the start, and I think that is kind of the point. It has lost all meaning. Also, Lilo and Stitch didn't do that. Lilo and Stitch just completely spat in the face of everything the original stood for. I know the ending, and the ending is that Nami goes away to university and gives up Lilo. Yes, the whole point of family sticks together, and we will stick together no matter what, and we're going to build a family, and it's going to be okay, and we have each other. Yeah, that gets thrown out the window, so Jumbo can be evil, and Nani can go off to a university to become, like, I don't remember, like a ocean biologist or whatever, a marine biologist, because Hawaii would be a terrible place to study for being a marine biologist. She totally had to leave Hawaii behind in Lilo so she could do that. It's so weird because when you say that ending out loud, it like spits in the entire point of the original. It's like, let's do the exact opposite message. Well, it's weird because they want to be like the originals. You might have noticed every single Disney live-action remake has this little thing I like to call the moment we try and nostalgia-bait the ever-loving shit out of you. You know, the scene where Simba's lifted up on the top of Pride Rock on The Lion King, the Little Mermaid Ariel thing where she's sitting on the rock, the Beauty and the Beast dance hall. They all want to remind you of the original film. They want to recapture the moment. You know, the carpet ride with Aladdin, the dance with Beauty and the Beast. They want to recapture the important thing. Imagine watching Owl House and complaining about DEI shudders. I know, really. If you want to talk about like that, Owl House is a great example of how stuff like that can be done like really freaking well. Owl House is an amazing show, and if you've never seen it, go watch it. It is fucking amazing. It is one of the best shows Disney ever did. And even like the Rush last season was still pretty good. Trying to play some with new shittier versions. Yes, that's the problem. It's not the new messages they're adding in. It's that they are just making a poor copy of the original. If these had interesting things to say and new stories to tell, like what if these characters played in a different way, almost like fan fiction version, would they all be good? No. Would they all even be average, like a lot of the ones here are? Because a lot of people say they're average. Not really. They probably have a lot of bad ones. But they would probably have interesting, at least, things to say. The thing that gets to me the most about live-action remakes is, again, the point that they don't deserve to exist. They have nothing interesting to say, nothing interesting to do. They're just here to be a poor echo of a movie that came out decades prior and try and get a bunch of new fans who will, for some reason, think of this as the good one, until they see the original. Because the thing with animation is, unlike with old live-action movies where you can remake things like Jason and the Argonauts, or you could, like, there's a new Odysseus movie. They're going to do the Odyssey as like a movie. I'm not sure it's going to work out well because Christopher Nolan is doing it and he's more into realism. Or, I say realism with like gigantic freaking air quotes with him. But he tends to go for more grounded settings. I'm not sure he's going to do all the monsters and myths stuff. I mean, like, I just feel like the term is lost all morning. Meaning, the Owl House has a lot of diversity, but it also has like an actual good story with well-made characters who have very compelling relationships, a cool fantasy world with an awesome magic system, really good, interesting lore, and a fantastic ending. Seriously, I love the ending of Owl House so much. Like, Luce is going to actually like full-on study magic with runes. And King's dad like finally passed away, but he passed away happy. Oh, that was so good. I mean, King's dad was technically already dead. He'd been dying for like thousands of years because he was literally the boiling Owl's corpse or whatever. Oh, sorry, spoiler. Surprised you haven't commented on my silver eyes yet.
What do they say? You were a slayer once. Only when
the blood of a dragon
flows through your veins like 1,000 fires.
Here's the thing. I think there's a difference between it. This is my example. In the How to Train Your Dragon movies, that scene. I've told you about the scene where they like list off, oh, you're from these places, blah, blah, blah. And then they have the weird one where it's like, you lost your leg to a dragon. And Gobber is literally standing right next to Stoic as he says it. It's like, that was pointless. It added nothing to the story. If they had taken that line out, it would have been like, okay, so these are the Vikings. They're all from different places that can kind of mate. Telebeth knows, where are you, my father? Exactly. Different people want different things. But here's the thing I will say. They made Astrid black. And guess what? She's great. The actress who had played Astrid, I have no complaints over. She did a good job. They reworked her backstory to be different than the Dragons TV show. I prefer the Dragons TV show version where her uncle had like got frozen by a dragon that thinks everyone's afraid of, but it actually has paralytic breath. I like that backstory to her because it explains her competitiveness and gives her a new arc to like go after the dragon like her White Whale Moby Dick style. But the actress who's playing her, who's like, I'm going to be chief. I'm going to, deal with you or whatever. She thinks Hiccup is kind of, like, pointless and doesn't deserve the position and wants to win it from him, essentially. I think it works, weirdly enough. That one part kind of works a bit. It's a little forced, not entirely, but I think that's just because the writers weren't that good. The actual overarching steps of it are pretty good, and if it with a little bit better dialogue, I think it would work a lot better. There was like 1 or 2 other scenes that they added in aside from that one I told you about. Not, they're like 5 minutes at the very most. Most of the movie is still copy-paste. But the little bit more they gave to Astrid to give her competitiveness, like, more of an edge. And the actress is doing a great job playing her as, like, the character. Like, that's not a problem I have with the movie. I don't have a problem with the actress who's playing Astrid. She's doing a great job. I have a problem with the fact that the movie is this just generic copy-paste of the original with a few scenes shoved in. That scenes that were shoved in so haphazardly that they miss key details, like Gobber being in the same room as that line. Like, when you see a scene like that, it's clear that they didn't think about where this scene would go in the movie. They just kind of forced it in. But if you see something like Astrid, that's an actual thoughtful thing they considered, planned out, and actually mildly, well, they didn't really change the plot because it's still her trying to be super competitive and compete with that Hiccup. But it was an accentuating scene that I could have seen shoved into, like, the original one with the original Astrid in some ways. And it has nothing to do with, you know, any of that. It's just a decent scene in a movie that's just a copy-paste otherwise. Why is it I cannot yet take dragon form? Okay. Who is Lycan? Sicker than even the damned one. Second in power only to Damien. Okay. Again, it's this thing where I feel like people go after the movies for the wrong thing. Don't go after the movies for who they cast or what kind of scenes they try to force in. Go after them for being bad movies. Because they are. They are bad movies. They are decent only in the sense that they are a pale echo of something that was amazing. Or at the very least good. And anything good, and if you took away all the lines they copied, and all the stuff they essentially just copy-pasted from the original, and you replaced it with anything that the creators themselves had to think of, it would be a pile of dog turds. And that's the part that gets me frustrated. To be fair, this has been Disney's MO from the beginning, though. If you think Disney is any different now than when they were doing this, they just didn't have access to CGI like this back then. I mean, if you want a real, like, tour of how Disney is the exact same, you know how they had Will Smith play the genie, right? You know, the genie is the iconic Robert Williams character, right? Robert Williams hated that role. He made Disney, he was literally like, I don't want to sell toys. I don't want to be in a role just to sell McDonald's toys. And Disney had made all these promises to him and then went back on them. And he was not a fan of being in that role. He didn't exactly enjoy it. But Disney wanted a big star character, a big famous celebrity who could voice act the genie and get butts in seats. He was a star-studded stunt cast actor in the Disney Renaissance. They're the exact same company. The same bad habits Disney has had have always been there. I mean, hell, even their desire to just endlessly remake things. Most of Disney's properties for decades were remakes of folk tales and fairy tales and stories and short stories. They were remake factory from the beginning. The game was rigged from the start. Okay. Powerful creature in Revelin. Alright. Conquered. Disney's bad habits have always been around, is my point. And trying to act like they wouldn't have done... I'm not sure about Walt Disney. Say what you want about the man. I don't really want to get into that argument. After Walt Disney died, let's go to Disney is now run by executives. It's not even run by the Walt Disney family anymore. It's run by executives. The moment that happened, if you went back in time and you snapped your fingers and you gave them access to the CGI technology they have today, and you gave them the ability to make movies like this is what they would have made. Disney has been trying to break in to the live-action CGI fest for years. Think about this. Think about movies like The Shaggy Dog, that weird hamster movie thing they did. They've been trying to do this for years. The technology has just finally caught up to the vision, which was endless remakes and bad cash grab CGI movies. That was always the plan. Like, if you go back, the pattern is disturbing. They've been trying to go into live action for so long. I mean, do you remember Pete's Dragon? Pete's Dragon, I mean, Pete's Dragon is a fun movie. It's fine. It's decent. I'm biased towards it because it has a dragon. That makes me inherently happy. But, like, that movie was literally animation next to live-action characters Roger Rabbit style. Which is weirdly like, the prototype for what we're seeing right now. This is literally the prototype for stuff like this. It's just that that movie is charming and has a somewhat unique plot. Dragons are the old ones. They are humans chosen by dragons when quite young and imbued with dragon magic. Okay, so the Dragon Knights aren't just like dragons. They're like me. They were human. Okay. Cool.
They are more powerful
and intelligent.
than normal humans. Even live much longer.
Alright, so this guy's the expedition machine, I
In
guess.
the guise of our dragon masters.
We, their knights.
Knights when
So yeah, if you're disappointed in Disney, I got some news for you, buddy. It's always been this way. It has always been like this. It is not new. It's not due to any diversity push. It's just Disney has always wanted to conk out on the couch and release cash grabby, repetitive movies that they could just use as marketing. That is their dream. They are a company. For a while, the best way to get butts into the theater and into their parks was to make, you know, original movies based on old fairy tales and legends and myths and the occasional original project. But once they got a large enough back catalog, they realized they could just nostalgia cycle forever, and here we are. It's not a great conclusion, but
a hurricane of crime.
I don't even know what to say to it, really. But it's what happened.
In all, we
It's disappointing. I'll say that much.
until our tutor arrived upon the scene.
Especially after what I read for Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch could have been a turning point. Lilo and Stitch was a very, very important turning point in Disney's history.
Responsibility that come with the
It was the point where they could have focused more on lots of small projects with passionate animation teams instead of large blockbuster. Everything must be like millions and millions of dollars. It's one of the things I actually do dislike about Hollywood to an extent right now is that every movie, it feels like, has to have this insane budget.
bitter rival.
Because I've been going back through like older movies and checking their budgets and their history, like with Dragonheart, and it's like, yeah, Dragonheart had a budget. It had a pretty massive budget for what it was and for how popular it ended up being, you know, because all the CG tech that went into it from the, you know, they were gonna put from from Jurassic Park.
My soul in
But a lot of like cult hits had like small budgets and did well. Again, it's not about the actors competency; they can be good at their job. I mean, nothing about her character is quite about that, unless you're talking about the Scandinavian thing. Robin Williams did not hate the role. He loved being the genie. He did not. What he didn't enjoy was Disney using his name. That's what I was talking about. What Disney did to the Vision. He enjoyed playing the character. I guess I should reaffirm that. They enjoyed playing the character, but he didn't enjoy how commercialized the role became. Yes. Walt Disney's Vision was messed up to begin with, dude. Alright, look, Disney was a very, very impressive animator. He did a lot of really cool stuff. But he was a bit of a mixed bag for me. I'm not even talking about the rumors. I'm more talking about just like, I kind of just find a lot of his essentially later ideas to be a little weird, especially Epcot, laundered. How is the money laundered? Yeah, I agree with Assembly here. How is the money laundered? Disney doesn't need to launder money, dude. They make it all perfectly legally. Disney makes all the money in the world legally as can be. Like they helped write some of the laws in Florida, bud. They literally wrote some of the laws in some of the areas where they operate. Yeah, that's called being a company in the here and now. Most of the money going to the executives and or shareholders is what every company does. That doesn't make Disney special. It makes them another company. I mean, if you've seen some companies like CEOs paychecks or their like bonuses or whatever. God, you think Disney is bad? Disney isn't even the worst offender. I mean, look at Apple. Or, what was there was a video I watched recently that's like, a short video where they went over, like, executive pay cuts. Oh god, what was the other one? Trying to remember. It was like the one that does we do things that spin. What was the one that, they do washers and dryers. I'm trying to remember what the name of it is. Name of the company. Never argued they were special in that regard. I mean, that's not laundering money though. That's just like where the money goes, and that's corporate interests. You can say it's bad, and I think it generally is, that like a handful of people who do relatively little of the work get that much of the profit, but it's not special or unique to them. It's not even different from like most other companies. Laundering money is prosecuting cash made illegally into cash that was able to be used. Exactly. Laundering has an actual term. You can't just throw it out there because it has an actual use and official meaning. That's the thing. Disney doesn't need to launder money. They make it all perfectly legally. Now, you can say that they've done some things that maybe shouldn't be legal. I mean, the fact that they're able to run their own private district inside of Florida is a little bit sus, to say the least. But that's not technically illegal. They did it all legally. They also wrote in a loophole so they'd be able to hold on to that legality even when the law wasn't on their side, which was even weirder. But yeah, like you said, that's not, none of that was technically illegal. It's perfectly legal unless it's not laundering. Laundering is like a crime ring owning a laundromat and using it to turn drug money. Terms like that have been thrown around too much. I'm losing sight. Where have you heard somebody calling Disney? Where have you heard the term laundered being used like that? I actually want to know. I want to go correct this person. I want to be like, please stop using words that don't mean that. You can't just give a word a second meaning by saying it often enough. I mean, yeah, like a lot of money. Honestly, even as Disney is like a money grubber, though, it's still like weirdly inefficient. The amount of they spend on their budgets for their movies is something that things just need to grammar police. Whoop whoop. Oh god, I've turned into you. I've turned into you, Fred. Ugh. We are.
Anything else? Well, good luck.
Alright, I need to go talk to them. We gotta talk to the chief and do a raid on the bandits, and I think we're gonna be after that. I've killed Jagon. Here's sweet bounty. Ballad of Jack. Maybe I should do for the. Nah, it's just a little lore book. Gonna go grab the experience.
What brings you back to
Captain, I returned for you, Father Jackson.
How come?
I had to defend myself against him.
Farmer Jackson's diary,
By the divine, he's a murderer.
This is grave news indeed.
It's so weird. I have to be going. Okay, I thought I was doing. Oh, here's the head. Here's Lewis. This guy with all the armor is just called Lewis. I killed the leader of the bandits, Jagon.
You are a credit to your order.
I have the location. They're hiding in secret caves close to the mine. The password you need to enter is beetroot.
I'll ask for reinforcements from
Alright. We're going after the bandit, baby. Bow of the Mage Priest. It's like the term parasocial. I'm desperately trying to keep myself from losing sight of its actual scope of meaning when so many people use it as a buzzword. Delusional people. I actually don't know what the word parasocial means, like, officially. I'm guessing it means something like you don't socialize directly with people or something like that. Okay. Let's see. Let's give myself a little bit more vitality. Or I could go full on the intellect here. Go for like full damage. I'm going to give myself a little bit more vitality. I have good mana at the moment, so I'm going to keep that where it is. Go ahead and apply that. Go to our skills. You can do destruction for 10 extra damage. Mana Leech is already on board. The meaning of words changes over time. By gosh golly, Golly Josh, I will fight entropy tooth and nail. But by golly gosh, I will fight entropy tooth and nail. Also, let's go ahead and move this. Oh, it's a passive skill. Okay. You could go with Magic Missile for more efficient damage. That buffs up to 2 shots of 14. That could be pretty sweet. One-side relationship. Oh, okay. I see. Also, the attachment people form to, like, online celebrities or whatever. Yeah. Any fan of a streamer is parasocial. Yeah. It can be done in a perfectly healthy way, but it can also be done in very unhealthy ways. Okay, so that bumps up to 68 damage on the Fireball skill. That's kind of nice for the... Oof. Okay, so this goes for 12 mana. So it goes up to 12 mana and to 14. This goes from 30 to 38. I think this is the better damage per mana increase, so I'm going to go with Fireball here. Or, wait, what's the damage on the destruction? Magic Blast, actually. Magic Blast is, like, really efficient damage. This is an extra 8 3 times, so an extra 24 damage. Okay, this is the most efficient damage increase right here. Well, it gets unhealthy when the fan thinks they're a friend because of how much they know about you. Yeah, that would get very weird. Okay.
This is an old and booklet.
Read through the diary. And the parchment.
On the piece of paper is Rigamo. Maybe someone can...
Alright, well, I think that is all for tonight. We figured out more about the Dragon Knights, and we got their full story. We haven't unlocked the full Dragonflight ability, but I think this is probably where we're going to end this game. You know? It was a fun look about good older RPGs, honestly, and I'm remarkably surprised how well this game holds up. I mean, don't get me wrong, some parts of it definitely are a bit janky and old. The graphics look pretty decent, though. The story is a lot of fun. I like a lot of the NPCs. The lore is kind of both very ridiculous and also very just serious enough for me to take it a bit more seriously, but also not entirely. I kind of like it. I like it. The basic premise of the dragons betrayed God, but also it was the hero from the previous game, but then they didn't, actually. It was all the evil guy controlling one of them. Very compelling stuff. I like the internal conflict. We're probably going to have to make decisions later down the line, you know, meet up with our old order and try and convince them that we're not actually guilty, blah, blah, blah. All in all, yeah, I think this is pretty cool. I will definitely try and play Divinity more in my spare time. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Maybe if I see something really stupid, I might post a short of it. But I actually do need to post that short of when I got completely owned by Simon in Claire Obscura Expedition 33. I have the clip. I know where the clip is. I have it kind of clipped out. I need to go ahead and like cut it down and edit it a bit. Once I know the Lilo and Stitch video, I'll do that because I want to focus on doing that. But once I know that, I am going to clip that out of the whole I'm prepared for this, and then the oh shit, I'm getting wrecked. That oh shit moment of he went to his second phase and I just utterly got wrecked. It was hilarious. Anyway, that will be all for Divinity 2. At least this version of it. Maybe we'll play the other Divinity 2. God damn it, Larry, could you not think of another name? But I will see you guys all next time. Bye.